Welcome to the handover video for our Swift Select 144 motorhome. We'll start off in the passenger's door where we have two vehicle manuals. We have a welcome pack with lots of interesting information about using your van, and importantly it also has emergency contact numbers should you need to get in touch with us. Also in this vehicle is the vehicle specifics, so everything that we discussed today will all be down in paper copy on the van, so should you forget, you need a quick reminder, you can sit and have a quick pop read through that. Also in here we are a member of the Camping and Caravan Club privilege scheme. You'll get some discounts off your campsites, and all the information you need is in here, and also a Scotland A to Z. Moving up to the top of the panels, we've got the Rough Guide to Scotland, the official North Coast 500 map, and a little litter bag to take your rubbish with you just to keep our lovely country tidy. When it comes to night time, you want to keep the light out and the heat in. We have some window blinds here. To open them blinds, you squeeze that two bits together and gently guide it through on the runner, and then it will pop in there. We also have windscreen blinds. There's one on the driver's side and they just go over like that. To close them, just make sure when you come in you hear this nice click, and that's them secured. And with these ones again, you squeeze that and guide them gently back on the rail, and again a nice clear click, and that's them closed. Prior to your hire, all the under bonnet checks are done, all your levels, fluids are all topped up, but should you need to get into under the bonnet, it's this lever here, you just pull that. In the glove box we have a basic first aid kit, small torch, a pen and a microfiber cloth should you have any condensation in the morning. Also above here we have a handy little checklist. It's just a little thing to remember before you leave, that you've unplugged your electric, you've picked up your levelling ramps, and all your windows and are closed properly. Handy thing just to run through before you leave. The vehicle is diesel and there'll be a full tank when you arrive. To fill it up, you open the flap and you'll see your diesel cap. You need the ignition key to unlock the cap to fill it. Once you're filled, just pop it closed. This is your Truma boiler vent. So when you're using your boiler for your hot water or your heating, you may see steam come out of here, and that's quite normal. Moving to the back of the van, we've got small cubby hole in here with some essential kit that we've supplied for you. If you lift that up, in here we've got your electric hookup cable. We have your fresh water hose, which is a 5-metre hose with an attachment for filling up your fresh water. We have an emergency water carrier, and this is a pet friendly van, so it also has a stake for your furry friend. In here we have your gas tanks. To open it, you press that in. You shouldn't need to have to go in here, but to let you know, inside here there's 2 gas cylinders. The yellow one is a refillable gas cylinder which will be full at the time of your hire, and the orange is an emergency, so should you manage to use that one, it will automatically click on to the next one. They are also fitted with a gas safe system, so should you have an accident or hit a big pothole or anything, the gas will automatically cut off to the front of the van. To reset this, it's very simple. You'll see on the pipes there's a green button here, a black button and a green button just on this bit here. What you need to do is press one at a time and this one last, and that will reset your gas. But as I say, everything should be fine and you shouldn't really need to go into this cupboard. Moving round to the driver's side of the van, we have your electric hookup. This is for when you're parked up at your campsite and you're getting mains electric. You take your hookup cable supplied that would be in the back of the van, you pull this bit out, you lift the flap and you just pop it in. Now that will click over there and you just close that. When you come to unhook it, you lift this flap and it's a good firm pull and pop that in and close it, then you'll hear that click. Once you've decided who's going to clean the toilet, this is where you come. This will be locked. There's a key on your key ring to unlock it. You prop both the buttons in and the drop flaps down. You'll see here your toilet cassette. There's an orange bit you pull up and you pull your cassette out. To empty your toilet cassette, you pull this round, unscrew it, and then you tip it all out. If you find it's going quite slow, there's a little button here, orange button, you press that and it'll do a bit of an airlock and it'll all come out quickly. Once you've emptied it, we recommend you rinse it. To open this up, you pull this flap back, and this is your blade from the inside. You open it from there, you'd fill it with some fresh water. Do this a couple of times, swill it about, and then empty it. We supply Elsan organic chemical, toilet chemical, inside the van. Good glug of that in there, then close it all up. Now this would be emptied at a black wastewater or an Elsan disposal unit on a campsite only. So to put it back in, lift it up and you guide it in and give it a good push until it's secure, and then you would close your door. This is your grey wastewater. This is the water that comes from your sink and your shower. This also needs to be emptied at a grey wastewater area and a campsite only. To empty the tap, you would drive over the drain if it is, and then you would turn the tap. The water would obviously drain out. Once it's empty, you would just turn the tap to close again. This takes us to our fresh water. This is a 100-litre tank. To fill it up, you've got your filler hose that we've supplied in the back of the van. You'd open this up, you have a key to unlock it, unscrew it, and you'd fill it up. Once the water starts to come out, you would know it was full, but there is a sensor on the inside to tell you how much fresh water you have in. Then just to pop your bit back on, turn it and lock it, and just close that over. Moving to the inside of the van, you have to open your step. You press this button here, the bottom part of the button opens the step out, and the top part of the button will then close the step. In the kitchen area of this motorhome, we have your sink with hot and cold water. We have a 2-burner hob. We have a separate gas grill down here. And in the cupboards around the area, we have your cooking utensils. We've got crockery, cutlery, everything you need for cooking, and it all comes with a gas and electric option. In this van we have an 80-litre fridge with a small freezer compartment. To open it up, there's 2 little buttons here, just press them in and you'll see it's a good size fridge with a pull drop down door freezer compartment. This is a freeway automatic fridge. So when you switch it on, there's a button here. You press and hold that button and it will light up. If you put it to the automatic setting, as you go from travelling, which will automatically put it onto the leisure battery, that just keeps everything cool while you're driving. When you park up at your campsite and you plug it in, it will automatically put you to the plug sign. But when you are driving and if you're wild camping, there's a gas setting. So when you stop your van, there's a 20-minute delay before the gas will pop on its own. But if, as I say, if you're parked up and you put your mains electric in, the gas will not come on. In this motorhome, we have a handy compact bathroom. In your toilet here, you'll see at the front there's a grey lever. If you push the lever to the side, that will open the blade for the toilet cassette for the toilet to be used. And remember, when you're finished, your flush is with the blue button. When you're finished, you just close that blade over, and that prevents any smells or splashes while you're driving. Also in this, we have a dual tap system. This tap works as your hand tap and your shower. The tap pulls out and there's a shower attachment just behind my head here. There's also the sink, which is also behind me, and there's a small cup to hold your toothbrush. This is your control panel for your motorhome. It controls your power at the back of the van. So you have your on and off switch here, button, you just press that. Moving over to here, you have a picture of a tap. This runs your water. When you're using water, it's great to have it on, but when you're finished using your water, if you just press that off and it'll stop your pump from working. Over here you'll see a light with a moon beside it. That's your awning light. That works the light on the outside of the van. And this is your 2 internal light options, which is fitted with a dimmer switch, which makes some lovely mood lighting. Moving over here, you'll see this panel here, this here, that's your fresh water. We've got it full at the moment, and this is your wastewater. Also at the top, we've got your little picture of a battery here. That is got an L in it, and that is for your leisure battery. If that was to change to a V, you need to make sure it stays on the L, so you know that your vehicle's not draining your vehicle battery. You'll see a little picture of a sun, and today we've got some lovely sunny weather in Scotland, and that's a little solar panel because we have solar power. As you can see, we have a little picture of a sun because today we have some lovely Scottish sunny weather. This is just to let you know there is a solar panel fitted to this vehicle, and it will chop up the leisure battery. When you're hooked up at a campsite to mains electric, you will see a little lightning bolt appear on this side of the panel. That's just to let you know that you are hooked up. The large number in the middle here tells you what your leisure battery is sitting at. If that was to drop below 10, that is a warning to let you know you either have to go for a lovely long drive to charge a battery or hook up to a mains electric at the campsite. This is our Truma panel. This panel controls your heating and your hot water in the van. To wake the panel up, you press the centre button and it comes up with these symbols. You'll see there's a dark line with no symbols above and the symbols below. This at the moment letting you know there's nothing on. This small plug here lets you know that you are plugged in at a campsite from mains electric. We'll wake it up again. First of all, you need to set your power supply. We'll go up to this one and press in. This is EL2. This is for when you're plugged into mains electric at the campsite. You select, the only other one you would use would be gas. If you were wild camping, you would select gas. At the moment, because we're plugged in, we'll select it. To select it, you press the button, and that's that one. We'll move back to the temperature. So you move back to the motorhome, select it by pressing it, and then by turning the dial, you select your temperature. Once you're at your desired temperature, you press it in again. So moving to your hot water, again, you just scroll over, select it by pressing the button. It's got settings, two settings on here. We've got Eco, which is 40 degrees, and we have hot, which is 60 degrees. We recommend that you stick with Eco because it's just a better temperature. So again, to select Eco, you would press the button in. You'll notice now we've selected them that they are flashing. Once the temperature and the water has reached the correct temperature, they will go static. Now the hot water, it's a 10-litre tank and it takes up to 30 minutes on gas to reach the temperature and 40 minutes on mains electricity. Now as you can see, everything's starting to heat up. You can go along here to the fan setting. Again, you just press into it. You've got Eco or you've got High. To be honest, it doesn't make much difference. All it is blowing the air around the van. Now, once you've spent your night and you're ready to leave the next day, you have to make sure that you switch everything off. So we just have to wake this up again. So we'll select the temperature, you click into it, put it back to 0, and then you just select again by pressing the middle button. Go on to your water, select it by pressing the button, select it to off, and press it in. Now that's all off. Now because we're in EL2, you don't need to touch this one, but if you were on gas, what we would recommend is going back into it and setting it to EL2. That then switches your gas off, so when you're travelling, there will be no gas coming into the vehicle. The windows in these vans are on a ratchet system. So when you go to open them, you pop all these up. And when you push it out, you'll hear it click. And that will go out to the desired distance. But when you need to close them, you have to push them all the way out to the last kick to let them come back in. And then securely close them before you travel. There is a little venting system. If you just instead a little bit of air, you'll see there's a little notch in there to pop them in, and that'll keep them secure, but it must be closed fully when driving. The blinds in this van for your you've got your mosquito net, which unfortunately don't keep out our lovely midges. And if you push this one up, you will have your nighttime blind. And then just to separate them, you press that and pull it down. The Road Scout Automatic is obviously an automatic gearbox. You can see on the dashboard there, it's got auto and an N. That's you in neutral. To get it to go, you come over here to the gear stick and you just push it down. That will automatically put you into automatic 1, as you can see on there, and then you'll drive. Now, should you want to drive in manual, if you are on a hilly area and you need to put it into manual, you come across here and you push the gear stick away from you, and then you'll see on the dash automatic disappears, and that's you in manual. To go up the gearbox, you push it down, and then to come back down the gearbox, you push it up. Now, once you've finished it with manual and you want to go back into automatic, you take the gear lever and you push it away from you, and you'll see that automatic has come back onto the screen, and then you're fine to drive as normal on automatic. To move into reverse gear, you then take the lever towards you and down, and that's you in reverse, and again you'll see it on the screen. And then to go back to neutral, once you're finished, you lift that up, pull it towards you and up, and that's you back into neutral, which you can see on the screen.